Hey everyone, Cahlen here, and I have a website which is run on the IPFS protocol, which is a decentralized file sharing system, which makes it so that basically anyone who is browsing my content, watching my videos from my website, if they are running IPFS to do that, they are also hosting that content. So it makes it decentralized. Anyone who has it can also provide it. So you can't just delete my website from certain places and think that it's all going to go away. Okay, so basically it's on IPFS. You can access it through HTTP, which is what you generally do when you type cahlen.org into a browser. It's going to go to my gateway, which is a transition point between IPFS to HTTP, and that's how you're going to be viewing it. But if you view it in a browser which is IPFS enabled, like Brave, for example, you still might need to turn on the setting. But if you turn it on, it's going to recognize, oh, we're at an IPFS site. I don't want to use HTTP. Let's just use IPFS. And so it's going to use that, and it's going to be helping to decentralize my website. And also, there's other things you can do. You can just use IPFS Companion, which is an extension. I think that both Firefox and Chromium-based browsers have. So that'll work. You guys hear the dogs? So anyways, in order for that all to work, my website has to be static. So most websites that you access these days are almost like accessing a program which is dynamic and changing itself based on how you're interacting with it. Like a WordPress website, PHP, these type of things. But remember, HTML was kind of how the internet started, and a lot of the internet is still HTML, but HTML is static. It's just a file that doesn't change, and your browser reads it, okay? And that's essentially what I mean by static. So my website has to be static, is limited in certain ways, so doing things, advanced features like searching, gets a little bit tricky. You have to kind of do things differently than you would. You kind of have to get creative about it. So anyways, my website in the past, it had a search feature. It only searched titles though. And there wasn't really a good categorizing, a way to find videos of a certain type, right? If you're only interested in my survival videos, for example. So anyways, people have been requesting that, and also I like it too because sometimes people ask me a question and I'm like, oh, that's in that one video. And so I go and I'm like, I gotta find that video. It was like 3 years ago and I can't find it. I can't find my own video on my own website. And so it's just like, I gotta fix this. Okay, so anyways, it has been fixed. It is live, and we're gonna go to the phone screen and take a look, and I'll show you what it was like and what it is like now. Here's the website right before I published the update with all the new features, just to show you how the search was working before. So let's say we want to see why Cahlen wears black, so we're going to search black, and we see instantly, without having anything needing to happen or a page to load or anything like that, we see all of the videos that I've made with the word black in the title. That's really nice, but there's a downside in that I can't search the description. So, and I tend to use short things, so being able to search the description is important. Now, the reason that I don't have it able to search the description is because this is a static website and it's not loading anything, so that means all of the information has to be in this file for this page that you're on, which means it has to have a list of all titles of all videos right now of every single page on the website on every page. Every page has a list of all pages. Now that's already big by itself with the title, but if I were to add the description of every single one, then that's going to be a huge problem. Okay, so that's why I couldn't do that, but I did want the ability to do a search through the description, and I don't want to have to worry about my site blowing up the more and more I make videos because of this inefficient way of storing that information. And here is the new site, which is now live. We'll go to the bottom, we'll do the same search, and it's actually going to load another page, but it does take a little bit of time. But basically, this page, the HTML of this page, has a listing of all titles of all videos and all descriptions of all videos. So this is a big file here. But once it's loaded, assuming your search isn't like the word "the" or something like that, where it would probably take, you'd have to find like everything, seeing every single post. I wonder if I could fix that. But anyways, so here is a bunch of videos where I talk about black, including the ones that we saw before, the black pill, wearing black, planting black lentils. You see the ones with black in the title are towards the top, which is ideal. We're still kind of getting that focal point on keywords, black being key, but then all the other ones, black appears in the description somewhere, okay? All right, so also I wanted to show you that down here we used to have that in the topics, this used to be just another menu, which was a repeat of this menu. It was just the same exact thing, except down here. And I decided to add basically a tagging system so you can view things by category. So for example, if you want to see all of my videos that are tagged with survival, then you click survival, and here is a list of all of them. Now this actually list is not accurate. I have to go through all 700 plus of my videos and update all the tags now. So this will take a while, but it's still sort of working. Some of the posts are tagged correctly. So look, we can go see all about my bivy sack, right? So this is for people who only like certain topics that I talk about. They'd rather avoid the other ones. And by the way, here's just what the search page looks like when you're in desktop mode. So it's a wider view. This menu, the topics, is over on the right instead of at the bottom. So pretty happy with this website, guys. I think it's pretty cool. So that was a big update that I've been wanting to do for a while. One of the reasons I didn't do it was, again, because I'm going to need to go through and fix all the tags on all many hundred posts, and that's going to take a long time. And so, I mean, I'm kind of congratulating myself that it's done and it's working, but the hard part actually still remains. So anyways, that'll be something that comes online over time. And I'd mentioned this before, but for those who aren't aware, my website is also a bunch of scripts that I've written, so that basically I record a video on my phone and I make a screenshot, a thumbnail, and then I put it in a folder and I run a script. It processes it all to the right, dimensions and quality and all that type of stuff. It uploads it to my dedicated server. From my dedicated server, basically it sets it into different days of the week. And so I now have actually, this is another upgrade that you don't get to see, but I have a scheduling system now where I can make a bunch of videos ahead of time, and I put the video and the thumbnail and a text file in the Monday's folder, Tuesday's folder, Wednesday folder, and when that day comes along, the system automatically runs a script that says, hey, what's today? It's Tuesday. Okay, is there anything in Tuesday's folder? There's something here. All right, let's publish this video. So it's going to publish it, right? So this is going to let me actually be able to go on long trips, maybe record like 5 videos or more while I'm on that trip, come back, upload all those, put them into the folders, and then go on another long trip, right? So basically I'd be able to keep videos going except for that first 5 days, right, where I'll be gone and I won't have any internet access. So anyways, that's the plan there. So that's another big upgrade that I'm excited about. And another thing about this is it's not just posting. These scripts don't just post to my website. They also post to several blockchains. They post to the library blockchain, so that means that they're also going to show up on odyssey.com. They post to the D2 blockchain, and they post to the Hive blockchain. And on the Hive blockchain, I make between $5 and $10 in cryptocurrency per video, right? So I can set up a whole week's worth of videos and then not work for a week. And basically my server is going to automatically publish these things every day to all those websites, and I'll make, $5-10 a day. That's really all I need because my life is very simple. So anyways, so that's my website. It's pretty cool, I think. It's open source to people who want to try and make a website like this for themselves. I'm happy. I'm going to strip out some stuff which has some personal, my private keys to DTube and stuff like that before I would send you all the files. But I can send it to you, and then you can figure it out from there, adapt it your own. You're going to have to learn a few things, like how to use Ruby and all this type of stuff. But I'm thinking I might be willing, like someone had me help them set up a server recently, and that was really fun. I liked doing that. So I think I may be open to helping people with this type of stuff if you are working on, if you want to adapt my website to your own website. It doesn't even have to be a video website, right? But it would be on IPFS, and it maybe even publishes to all these same places that I'm talking about automatically. In order to customize it, and you don't want to have to figure it all out, like how all that stuff works, you know, you could hire me to do that for you. So I think I will make that. I'm not going to say I'm just going to do it, but, you know, I could be convinced. So, probably. So anyways, that's the website update. I'm very happy about it. I think it's pretty cool. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.